for so long, in terms of imposing your will, Alabama did it and nobody else did. And Alabama did it to everybody. They did it to teams that were built on defense. They out-physicaled them. They did it to teams that would try to run the football. They shut them down. They did it to finesse teams. They choked them out. They did it with a ground game, a power ground game. They did it with a finesse passing game. They did whatever they wanted. They bullied you and had a run of NFL draft picks for a decade, and you just couldn't challenge that supremacy. And they got used to it. And for the first time ever in a really big game, it wasn't like they hadn't lost before. Alabama lost to Ohio State in the Cardale Jones National Championship year. But now there is a program that so thoroughly dismantled them and had just as much NFL talent and continues to have as much NFL talent and shows no signs of slowing down that I think Alabama has Clemson in their heads. I noted earlier in the show that yesterday, Nick Saban, talking about the reasons they lost to Clemson, ranged from, my coaching staff had its own agenda. My coaching staff was looking for their next opportunities. They were distracted by job searches. It ranged from, my players were distracted because they were looking at the NFL draft. You have Dylan Moses, Alabama linebacker, saying, on our best day, we're still better than Clemson. We're better at quarterback. We're better at wide receiver. We're better on defense. Oh, we're just better. We just didn't prepare. We didn't have the right preparation for the coaches. They game planned better than we did. But on our best day, we're still better. Tua Tagovailoa. Yeah, no, it was good that we lost. It was good. It was a good lesson. Good lesson to learn. None of those players, and Nick Saban as well, have ever felt this, that there is a heavyweight equal, that there's a program that now year in, year out, not once a year, not for 2 years, there's been challenges to supremacy. Ohio State for a couple of years, LSU for a couple of years at Les Miles' peak, Auburn for a couple of years, but never a sustained dominance that equals Alabama's, and never a dismantling like that on the biggest stage from said rival. I think Alabama's spooked. I really do. I think they're spooked. They haven't seen this before. And they need to get over this, because the SEC is not the type of conference that you can play spooked in. You might get away with that in the ACC, the Pac-12, the Big 12. You ain't getting away with that in the SEC.